UFC 304 is bound to be a good one this weekend, and you can get even closer to the action when you check out my partners, DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of UFC. New to DraftKings? Check this out. New customers who bet just $5 get $150 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. Use the promo code Sonnen. DraftKings, the crown is yours. That's right. New customers can bet just $5 on anything and receive $150 in bonus bets instantly. DraftKings is giving new customers a shot to get in on the action all night long. If sports betting is not yet available in your state, don't worry. DraftKings is the one-stop shop for all things daily fantasy, where you have the shot to win cash prizes. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. New customers use my promo code SONN and bet just $5 on anything and get $150 in bonus bets instantly. That's promo code SONN only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Would you guys watch Breakfast with Chael? Would that be something? Brendan Schaub does a food truck diaries. They bring this different food truck, and I don't know how essential that is to the show. Like, if you're a guest and I've got to do it, it's awesome. They bring this awesome food truck, and each time you go back, Brendan gets you a different meal. I'm just wondering if you would do Breakfast with Chael. I came up on something this morning. First off, how do you do your grape nuts? Do you do grape nuts, for one? I really am a little surprised that those still sell. And there's many breakfast cereals that have multiple uses, whether you use them for it or not, but they do. Rice Krispie Treats would be a fine example. You can pour the Snap, Crackle, and Pop, but you can also go and make Rice Krispie Treats. And then every other cereal has something, and you can put some into muffins, and you can mix with marshmallows, butter, just like the Rice Krispie Treats, and all of a sudden you got Fruit Loop squares. I'm just not sure there's anything you can do with a grape nut. I couldn't imagine biting into a grape nut. I mean, you bite into a muffin, I'd throw that muffin at whoever handed it to me. Go to the dentist for a chipped tooth. I'm just wondering, how do you eat your grape nuts? And when I was a kid, we would either make the bowl that we never wanted to have in the first place, but that was all that we had. We'd make the bowl, and then my sister and I would go do whatever else we had to do, and then we would come back and eat it when it was soggy. But very, very good is to put milk in it, put honey, and microwave it. Now, if you guys know that, then I didn't tell you anything new. But if you don't, I really can't believe that anybody eats it any other way. So, while I'm going through my breakfast cereals, my wife comes up on, she pulls our whole family into the pantry last night, has the lighter stick. I have a surprise. We all go in there. We all close our eyes. She turns the light on. We got a giant bag of Frosted Flakes. We got a brand new Fruit Loops. There's a Kellogg's, but it's got strawberry. That's actually her thing. She loves it. But we then have Kit Kat. And to my knowledge, that's never been put out. And if you've ever had like Cocoa Pebbles, for example, it tastes a lot like Cocoa Pebbles. It doesn't taste all that much like a Kit Kat. It's awesome. It is an awesome cereal where I found myself, or I went with the Frosted Flakes, but I found myself just with a handful of them. And I was actually having it, and I'm having a conversation on the phone about who is Khabib going to fight next. And then I'm wondering if you guys would do Breakfast with Chael. Is the cereal at all interesting? Would that just be annoying if I was crunching? Because I also make breakfast a lot. I can show you how to do some omelets. I can show you how to do a crepe. You've got a crepe pan at home right now, and you're probably going to say, no, Chael, I don't. Yes, you do. You take the saucer and you turn it upside down. I'm just telling you that because you might think that's interesting. We do that while we discuss who Khabib, if he came back, would fight. Now, Khabib is very into the concept of, and this is great. I said it like it's a bad quality I'm about to reveal, that he follow through on what he says he's going to do. And I don't want him so bound to that should he want and or have a need to fight again, that he won't do it because somewhere along the way he said he wasn't going to do it. Like, I just don't want his mind to work like that. He had made it pretty clear, I'm going to go to 30-0 and stop. And that wasn't some kind of a promise and or commitment. That wasn't an oath. But I hope he understands that. Like, where he's at 29-0 right now, and he had just lost his father, and there's a lot of stuff going on. Like, there's no part about he can't come back and do one more. Now, the UFC would have got him. They would have been able to talk him into that one more. They looked at the wrong numbers. Every time they had a meeting, they brought him more commas than zeros. It's the wrong number. The number they needed to adjust was the weight class. They could have made it 165 and done whatever you do there. They could have gone 170. They could have gone a super fight. They could have done both. They could have taken and accepted his belt back and then moved him against Conor for 170. Conor would have done it. Absolutely, he would have done it. And Khabib would have been closer. I can't tell if he would have done it or not. He would have been closer, though. That was the number that they got wrong. So if they go back to Khabib now, they got to fix that. It was the mistake that they made. They adjusted the wrong number. You got to bring him in. You got to do it at 170. But the question becomes, and I'm my Kit Kat. I'm eating it. I'm thinking, should I make a video on this? I got a handheld camera. I really thought that. I thought you guys might want to see this video about a Kit Kat. I really wish that you would correct me on this if that's not a thing. Because Jesse on Fire tells me it's a thing. He's like, Chael, go do it. People want to say, I don't know. I need a little bit of encouragement. So if Khabib was to come back, though, okay, I firmly believe that it would be for one more. Like, it's really hard to get me to believe that he's going to come back. But one of the things that stops him from coming back, the biggest thing that stops him is he said, I'm not coming back. You can't hold it's not a lie if it's to yourself. I mean, do you understand that concept? I would think of myself as a very honest guy, particularly when it comes to business. And I don't think you'd meet anybody that ever would tell you differently. But it's not a lie if it's on yourself, right? If I tell myself, I'm going to get up tomorrow and I'm going to comb my hair, I'm not going to wear a hat, and then I get up and I put a hat on, do you see the difference? Because instantaneously you would then be forgiven. If Khabib made a commitment to himself or a commitment to anybody and they forgave him, they released him of it. That's never happened to you? You've never got in a jam and then gone to somebody and say, I need released of this? They got a Kavorka over you because you're an honorable guy and you made a deal and you got to call him back and go, hey, you got to release me from this. I owe you a favor. You know, we had soup. The soup was the meal, Banya. Never been in that spot. So if Khabib was to come back, I firmly believe it would be for one time. I also believe it would be on 170 pounds. Now, you know what else I believe? I don't believe that Khabib needs to fight for the money. And no matter how much those Russians took from him, you're not going to get crypto. Okay. I used to run with Khabib back when we were doing Eagle FC. He knows about crypto. So I'm just sharing with you, like, I don't think he needs to do this again. But if he did, I also don't believe he would do it more than one time again. And I think the greater move is to come out and troll the guy who's always trolled you. Come back and say, you're going to come back to fight Conor, and then just don't do it. Just be a scumbag. Hold up the division. Hold up everything. Light Michael Chandler's dreams on fire. Like, you could single-handedly save Michael Chandler's career. Michael Chandler right now does not have a career. You don't have a career as a prize fighter if you ain't prize fighting. Like Michael Chandler's got no more licenses in any jurisdictions than I do. As a matter of fact, that isn't true. Now, I love Chandler. I'm licensed in Brazil right now. I am Michael Chandler's not licensed anywhere. I mean, I just share it, like, there's no difference in Chandler staying in the rankings or Chandler getting a sponsor or Chandler saying, I'm a fight than me. I fought more recently than him. I fought last month. And I'm licensed right now, and I'm in a negotiation with Masvidal. And by the way, I'm not trying to put myself over. I'm using myself in an example where usually I would go under. Usually I would take a bump here. I can't claim to be a fighter. I'm not. Well, I guess comparatively, maybe I am. So Khabib, if he came back and claimed that he was going to fight McGregor, could single-handedly, with that claim, of which is an offer they would accept instantly, get Michael Chandler on a docket with somebody else. He could save Chandler's career. Could you imagine that? And then you don't even do the fight with Conor. You just drag him on. You drag him on the same way as he did to Michael Chandler. But now imagine, guys. Okay, imagine. We do this. We do all of this. But we do it while we're eating cereal.